What's up, Cedar Park? First, theaters showcasing indie movies are struggling to keep up with the new age of media.
Get all the info you need on the Celebrities Holiday Show tonight, the top 3 things,
the new T-Wolf Spotlight, and 15 in 15.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park. I'm Jack Paulshook, and I'm joined by Reagan Hill and Katie Whitmarsh.
Movie theaters across America are losing money in the face of the modern streaming age.
Theaters in Austin and across America have been closing down due to financial issues. When COVID-19 hit, the whole world closed down. Movie theaters were especially hit hard. Even as the U.S. opened back up, people were still scared to go to theaters. On top of that, the prices for movie tickets were raised to keep up for the lack of income.
Instead of returning to seeing movies in theaters, many just continue to watch films released on streaming services.
Not only are streaming services releasing movies at a much faster rate, but films from theaters are also making their way onto the services a short while after. Production companies can just put their movies in theaters in order to be eligible for an Academy Award nomination. Many selling or creating streaming services for their own films after release. Tickets in theaters directly take a percentage for the makers of the movie and a percentage for the theater, while any views on streaming services go directly to the platform the movie is on. So seeing it in theaters gets the movie back to the origin of the film.
I think it's a lot easier with some aspects, just with marketing, and in some ways, like there's some social medias and some just outlets that can give people more of a out there and more of a head start, and in other ways you can't really get on an actual home screen easily without paying a ton of money.
However, statistics from theaters across America actually show that moviegoers are almost back to the same attendance as in 2019, but the same statistics are not true for art house theaters. The theaters that show only large budget movies are still staying afloat, but closing down are most of the theaters that showcase smaller indie films. In Austin, the Regal Arbor 8 Theater, which showed mainly indie films, shut down a location earlier this year, citing bankruptcy. Blockbuster movies themselves are getting more expensive. With that comes a rise in ticketing prices. Smaller films don't have the same budget for marketing or the same level of spectacle of mainstream films, but they still have to compete on ticketing prices. Unfortunately, theaters that give spaces to smaller movies aren't able to survive easily now.
Other times people want to watch a very intensive film. Mudbound was Oscar nominated. It's a great, very intensive film. And, we've had over 20 million hours of viewing on Mudbound, which is dramatically bigger than it would have been in the theaters or any other distribution.
For as long as movies have been around, the medium they're viewed under has been changing. The preference for home theaters has appeared to be easier and more cost-effective for the average person. The variety of movies is down 30%, according to Cinema Survey, with big franchises like Marvel blocking out much of the theaters with their movies during a big release, and several other movies having seemingly shorter times in theaters. So most services have a larger variety and lasting run as well. Certain movies no longer go well with the theater scene, but many aren't finding a place in streaming either, and those that do are getting buried by the algorithm.
You might have to put in a little extra work, but you can find movies that are well worth your time if you go out and search for them.
Today, the Celebrities Holidays at Cedar Park show is taking place in the Pack at 7 p.m. Hosted by the Wolfcast anchors Jack, Abby, and Katie, dancers from Cedar Park, including the Celebrities, Luminaries, and other dance classes, Color Guard, the theater department, cheer, choir, and many other clubs will come together to celebrate the holidays at Cedar Park.
So the Holidays at Cedar Park is our winter show. It's in the Pack, and it's a chance for a bunch of different clubs to come together and perform and entertain the crowd and just celebrate the holidays. Obviously, football games are fun and getting to perform on the field, but this is different. We get to do more styles of dance rather than just a field routine. So it's really exciting to get to perform for everybody for the first time this year.
Tickets are being sold on cphs.dance for $10. Make sure to come out and support the Cedar Park student body.
Next up, the top 3 things with Ileana, but first, this break.
morning, Cedar Park. First up, singer-songwriter Christine McVie of Fleetwood Mac has passed away. She was 79 years old and died following a brief illness. McVie wrote and sang several of Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits, including Don't Stop, Over My Head, and Say You Love Me. Fleetwood Mac said, quote, "We were so lucky to have a life with her individually and together. We cherished Christine deeply and are thankful for the amazing memories we have. She will be so very missed," end quote. Next, the victims and survivors of the Uvalde shooting have filed a $27 billion lawsuit against Uvalde CISD, seeking damages for the trauma caused by the shooting. The parties filing the lawsuit are represented by the Bonner Law Firm out of Dallas and Evans Law Firm in Uvalde. The lawsuit criticizes the actions of Uvalde CISD, the Texas Department of Public Safety, San Antonio Police Department SWAT Unit, Uvalde's Sheriff's Office, and Border Patrol, saying they, quote, "fundamentally strayed from conducting themselves in conformity with what they knew to be the well-established protocols and standards for responding to an active shooter," end quote. And lastly, a little bit of a happier topic. For most Spotify users, yesterday was a national holiday. This year's Spotify Wrapped has officially been released. Spotify Wrapped is a marketing campaign where it allows Spotify users to view a compilation of data about their activity on the music listening platform over the past year and invites them to share it with their friends. This year's campaign featured a bold and colorful look, ranging from data exposing the amount of genres a listener has explored, what their morning, afternoon, and night mood was, total listening time in minutes, top songs, and more. To view your Spotify Wrapped, all you need to do is open the app and look at the homepage. So, what was y'all's Wrapped kind of look like?
Well, one, I love that you called it a national holiday.
Absolutely.
It is. December comes around and I'm like, Spotify Wrapp's coming out.
Uh-huh.
My top song was As It Was by Harry Styles, which I was hoping it wouldn't be, but I already knew that it was gonna. But
When it came out, you
yeah,
just listened to it so many times.
it was game over.
Yeah.
I kind of messed mine up, to be honest. Like,
How'd you do that?
so my top song was a song that I just accidentally put on loop, or like the loop button was on, and then I just fell asleep, and it played like 200 times.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's funny.
What song was it?
it was, well, I can't say it because that's a swear word.
Of
okay,
course.
of
Maybe
course,
for
of
later.
course.
You know,
Reagan,
I don't want to use any potty mouth on
Reagan,
the Wolfcast.
your top song?
Top song, Need to Know by Doja Cat.
Ooh, that's a good
said I
one.
listened to it 200 times on my birthday, and that, like, I don't know how I
My
did
top
that.
song I
but-
only listened to 34 times.
Mine was The Real Slim Shady, which
Oh,
I
good one. I did not expect that from you.
in February, I just went through a little spell where I just listened to that for like a week, and I just liked it a lot.
So are
It's
you
such a
saying
good
you are
song.
the real Slim Shady?
Maybe,
Of course.
I guess.
Okay.
Thanks, Ileana. Now we throw it over to Carver McDonald with this week's T-Wolf Spotlight.
Hello, Suffolk High School. I'm Carl McDonald, and I'm here with Lara and Rick Hackberry. And what can you expect to see the holiday show tonight?
You can expect a lot of different organizations performing. It's going to be really fun. We're all performing to holiday music to get you into the Christmas spirit. And you'll expect people from theater, choir, dance, cheer, and other organizations like that. Should be really fun.
How much time goes into prepare for this show?
So we start preparing right before Halloween, and we have practice every day at 7:15 to make sure all of our routines look really good. And we have stage practices and stuff to get the lighting, so it's going to be a good show.
How does dance help you express yourself during the holiday season?
Whenever the music starts, it's really stress relieving, and you just get to like dance with all of your friends, and all of the holiday music really like puts us in Christmassy moods.
How can people get tickets?
You can order them online at the Cedar Park High School Dance Team's website, and it's in the celeb's Instagram bio as well.
Any shout-outs for the holiday season?
Yeah, we shout out to our stage managers, our directors, our pack manager, our other celebs who put in so much work to
And
make the show good.
shout out Ray B. We love you, girl.
That's all the questions I have for you today. I'm coming down back to you guys.
Thanks, Carver. Before we go, check out a brand new edition of 15 and 15 Holiday Edition.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to 1515. We are at Target today.
Holiday edition.
We have 15 minutes to spend $15, but this time we have to pick out 3 items.
We have to buy 3 items. We have 15 minutes and $15 to spend. So let's get to it.
Found this in our cart.
Let's pacify this. Ooh, there's a pug mug. Yes. It's $5. I'm like kind of smooging my way into the random kitchen equipment, which is weird.
Look at all these Keurigs that work. It'd be great if we had one of those.
I see a Chewbacca. I see a little Baby Yoda.
There's a Baby Yoda on the floor.
Lots of decoration and things with the wreaths. OMG. I blend in.
I'm thinking this. This is $5. Well rounded. It spins well. You got a nice spin on it. I just want it all. Just can I have it? I just want. Oh, there's so many. I have them all. I need them now. I need them in my life.
Those definitely might be something that I want to get, but we'll put them in the cart and we'll see for now.
Why does it do that?
So I see some kind of cute face masks and things. I might just end up getting one of those.
They put the Spider-Man in the Christmas tree. I feel like the only way we can win is if we go undercover. Here's somebody. I'm stuck. Oh no.
So I just saw these, which are really, really cute. I think they're like $10, but obviously I'm kind of stashed now.
We out this store.
Cold.
It's cold.
We spent the money.
We spent the money. It's raining.
What is it called?
That's all we have for today. Make sure you are keeping up with all of our content, so head over to our YouTube channel at CPHS News.
You can also follow at CPHS_sports for updates during the games.
We'll see you tomorrow with a report on the longer lunch line since the start of the school year, a sports report, and your weekend destinations.
Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning.
With CPHS News, I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
I'm Reagan Hill.
And I'm Jack Polishuk. Remember to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.